Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, sorry I couldn't be here for the game tomorrow, but I wanted to, kind of send out my usual message to the team. First of all, just a quick thing. We're going to be playing that team Dog Pound. Basically, that's the team that has the guy with the braids at the point guard position. And this guy, they always give us a dog fight, okay? So the one thing I'll tell you that kind of won that game for us is our we kept our composure when we were down. Just because we were down, we didn't start to go man. Our defense was working, but they were just making shots. They are not a three-point shooting team, so they are really they play the pound and ground game. They have the point guard that basically is deceiving us to some degree, but some they have some big guys at the bottom. They've been able to find ways to basically pretty much like score inside. So, which means that when we are on defense, it's important that we understand that they're not a high level three-pointing shooting team. We're not going to basically allow them just to take free threes, but then understanding the spacing and making sure you're communicating and you're not leaving the middle empty, that's going to give us the advantage so that we could get ahead with these guys. So just a few principles like usual. Last game worked perfectly, so I'm just going to say a few things. One, let's start with our defensive scheme. 3-2 is the go-to. 3-2 has been the one that's been working for us. And the more important thing is we've never deviated, and nor have we ever just basically say, well, let's give up on it. There's going to be difficult times, but one thing is the more we communicate, the more it's effective. I'm telling you all here, that 3-2 is impenetrable the moment that we focus and we keep communicating. I believe in it, and this is the one that's going to win us the championship. Make no mistake, from here on forward, in order for us to, the path to the championship is going to be won through defense. So that's why it's going to be important we decide ahead of time who's going to be at the top of the 3-3-2 formation. When one guy is trying to close in on one side, who's going to come in, fill the middle to get the rebound. So these are going to be the important things, right? So on defense, again, rebounds. They're a big rebounding team. So the more we can rebound, the more we're going to be in a position to be able to win. So I can't stress enough the importance of putting your hands up, when guys are shooting, and find your man during the rebounding. Find your man and get the rebound. It's a rebounding game. To the bigs, it's a rebounding game. That's your job. You need to kill the boards, and we need to get that win. So let's talk about offense a little bit. I don't know if you guys saw, there's a theme. We're developing a system, and that's what we got to go. Last week I talked about the 4-1 formation when these teams go 2-3. When that happens, that leaves a lot of open shooters. So, when Nelson is hot, he's hitting these threes. When Matt is hot, as usual, he's hitting threes. And of course, Jamar and EJ, you guys have the ability to kind of hit the threes. And then, of course, that also opens up the game so that if you penetrate, you could kind of dish the ball and get some type of, kind of like cutting action going so that we could, hit the buckets. Now, on the flip side, if these guys go man on us, remember, our go-to is pick and roll. Our pick and roll offense is unstoppable. Every single team that has guarded us one-on-one, we have punished and crushed them on the pick and roll. Do not deviate from the pick and roll offense. So I'm not saying that we can't start moving the ball, moving around and see if we could get the best open shot. But if you want to think about how do you start our play, you want to start it with the pick and roll, right? So you start getting there, and then basically the point guard, Jamar, more than likely is going to start calling out maybe who he wants the pick and roll for come from, or you initiate the pick and roll. Once you get the switch and you get the thing going, guys need to be aware. If you're in the corner expecting the three, but you got to space out, right? So other than the guy that's basically doing the pick and the guy that's has the ball with the point guard, guys need to be spaced out to create a little bit of opportunity. So when he goes around the pick and roll, it's either the guy that's standing at the 3 gets the ball, or somebody's cutting with him so that he could get the ball going inside the basket. So again, 2 principles. When you get the 2-3, let's get 4 guys at the top of the 3, and then let's kind of get some motion going to create some space. And when we open like that, then there's driving lanes and there's our ability to do 3s. On the other side is if we get man, we get the pick and roll going. So if we can stay true to these principles, it doesn't matter if we're hitting our 3s like usual, we will overcome. Make no mistake, again, we're going to win this by defense, okay? So I was thinking about this. I think we should start with the lineup, like Jamar, EJ, Matt, Miguel, and Jason. And then James is going to be working on the substitute. He's going to help us see what's happening. Nelson, I want him to basically be looking with the pace of the game with James to get started. And the first rotation should be, EJ with James and Nelson with Miguel. And then after that, we should continue a rotation with Miguel and Jason, kind of leaving, Nelson to be able to help space out the floor, help guide the offense in the block. So, guide the defense in the block. So we're going to need a lot of that. Nelson communicates extremely well, and we need that in order for us to get that defensive edge. So keep talking, guys. I'll be on a flight, at the time of the game, and I believe as soon as I land, the game should be over. So I'm expecting a W. We need this. We got to get this W. So I'm counting on you guys. Get this win, and I'll talk to you guys on Sunday. Good.